Hello. Hi. I'm
Hello.
Cawley from Brooklyn. Hey, who do you have with you?
My cousin Emma. Cheers.
Oh,
Hi. Cheers. Thank you for
cheers.
being
Emma,
here with us.
so nice to meet you.
Yeah, we are excited. Emma is one of our latest
Team
consultants.
members.
And
I started right around my birthday.
back in December.
Mhm.
Oh.
So we've been,
She's a fire sign. She's my people.
I don't know what that means, but I know I'm a water sign. The fish.
Yeah.
Pisces. You're Pisces?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're feisty.
Fiery.
That is true of both of you. So she has a brand new apartment that I came to see, and we were doing some tasting and brainstorming together.
Where are you guys?
Tribeca.
I just moved in about 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to show off the new apartment to as many people as I can. And of course, Cawley was on my list.
Well, of course. Well, congratulations, Tribeca.
Thank
You know
you.
what that stands for?
Triangle below
Canal.
canal. You think I'm gonna live in Tribeca and not know what it means? I'm
No,
learning.
but I didn't know for the longest time. I didn't live in Tribeca. I lived in most other areas of the city, but I never knew that that's,
Mhm.
what it meant. So proud. Yay. Here's to that.
Yes.
I love it. It's
First
awesome.
apartment in the city. Molly and I were roommates in our first apartment in the city.
Ah.
So
Not in Tribeca. So what's in our glass?
in our glass is the Dove Hunt Dog White Blend.
Very nice.
I always turn it the wrong way.
You do. My friend loves the Dove Hunt Dog label, and she always calls it the Hunt Dog or the Dog Hunt. And I'm like,
The dog one.
Yeah.
That's how I remember.
I know. I
There's
have
so
so many.
many-
Like, I need more of the dog. I need more of the dog. I'm like, which one? We have a lot. But
there's
this
so many
one-
words in
But
the
this one's interesting because it's a blend, right? It's 67% Chard and 33% Sauvignon Blanc.
Right. And has like notes of, what are you guys smelling? Like a little bit of
Peach.
apricot, maybe?
We smell peach right away.
Mhm. And then the citrus is more in the tasting notes, not so much when you smell it.
Like right in the back. Like when you, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's low residual sugar too. It's the only point I'm cheating. I would like to be transparent. It's 0.05 grams should you consume an entire liter.
Yep. And 12.5% alcohol.
So it's low. It's a lower alcohol, which we didn't make it lower alcohol like on purpose, like some other not clean crafted. Sorry, that's our thing. But some other different wine companies say they're chemical free, but they're lower alcohol content across the board. We're not. This is just the way the wine was made. It's not, we did anything to it. We didn't make it lower alcohol, none of that. I mean, it's just it's a little bit lower alcohol, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking just for to look at an apartment in Tribeca with your
What was the percentage again? The alcohol content?
12.5.
Oh yeah.
12.5. So that's lower than, we usually range from 12.5 to, what do you say? Like, what's the highest that we have? 15.5 maybe?
That sounds high to me. I think it's 15.
Okay, so 15. So, but a lot of our whites come in, around like 13 and a half.
Yeah.
So 12 and a half is one of our lower ones. I know Myrna, a friend of mine and a staunch client, loved one of our Sauvignon Blancs. I think it was like 13.5, and she loved it because it was lower alcohol.
So this one, would you say it's more on the Chardonnay side or more on the?
Yeah, it's
very evident that
yeah.
it's Chardonnay.
Well, when did you ladies open the bottle?
Well, we just opened it about 15 minutes ago, right? We've only taken a couple sips, but we both were kind of like, it's a little too Chardonnay for us.
Well,
right?
you guys are going to continue to hang out this evening, and maybe potentially, we're all in the trust tree here. Finish the bottle. Let us know if it opens up for you guys, because you know I've had mine open a little bit longer and it doesn't taste quite a Chardonnay, but you know it just everybody's palate is different, and it just takes, you know, and that's so much fun. That's what is so much fun about, you know, having tastings, Emma, like this. You know, I don't know if you and Cawley have had them before. Cawley and I, when we get together in person, we can. It's just fun to like, oh, what do you taste? What do you smell? And then once it opens up, oh my God, it's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was that Pinot Noir that we had?
The indigo last week?
Yeah, and you were
totally
like,
different.
I didn't love
45 minutes later.
Yeah, no, I think it's very interesting. That's one of my favorite things about food and wine and everything, is that everybody has such different tasting palates. And like some of my friends love white wine or love Chardonnay. Like they really like the buttery thing about Chardonnay. But meanwhile, I usually really dislike it. So everyone kind of just has their different likes and dislikes. But I think it's important to kind of taste it right away and then give it some time to like mellow on your tongue a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no, our audio is off. I heard you, but I was trying to stop talking to see if it would correct itself.
I think it's better now.
It's better. All right, Emma. So I have a question for you. I know
We're in the middle of Manhattan. Wi-Fi's tough to come by here.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, I have a question for you, Emma. I know you're just a hair bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
And this is I'm so funny. Pitch this into my face. So I was watching the Today Show the other day, which I don't ever do, but I was. And apparently there's a big thing between, you know, Cawley and I are, 20 plus years older than you.
Yeah.
There's like a part thing happening out there in the world, like whether you part your hair down the middle, which I did today, which I'm not in my 20s, obviously, you know, and I would actually, you know, I'm good with that. But, and then so you part your hair in the middle or you part your hair on the side. That's an age thing. And I did not know that.
It definitely, no, yeah. It's kind of a discussion I have with my friends a lot, actually, because we're using all these new hair tools that are really famous. As you probably heard of Dyson Airwrap, and then the Revlon blow drying brush is one that I got for Christmas that I'm obsessed with. I love it. But my friends and I kind of have this conflict over, do we part our hair in the middle or is it on the side? Which team are you on? I kind of sway both ways. I don't think that the middle part frames my face shape very well, but some people look bomb with it. Like some people really pull it off well. But I think a lot of girls my age love straightening their hair pin straight and then parting it in the middle. That's kind of like the classic thing I've been seeing a lot lately.
Well, I've been parting my hair on this same side in this same place since I was about 13. So
that's so funny because pin straight down the middle is very 60s.
That's true.
That style's coming back, like the flip too. Like you know how they like the
Farrah Fawcett.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that look. And the
Cher. TUT, by the way. She right out.
Well, you have that look going on, Molly.
I know, I do. I use the Dyson, whatever, air fryer.
Air fryer. Okay.
Air wrap styler or whatever. Yeah. I didn't, you know, I was just like, oh, well, let me just see what it looks like down the middle.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it looks great.
Thanks. So just shake it up.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'm not a middle part person either, but we're related. So maybe that's why.
So Emma, what made you want to be I mean, if you don't mind me asking, I know this is Thirsty Thursday and we're tasting a wine, but which is so we all are liking the wine and our wines are amazing. But what drew you to Scout and Cellar? I feel like at 22, when I was 22, or you know, I would not have been so concerned about what I was drinking as far as what was in it. And I feel like, you know, people younger, like my niece is 17, she was vegan for a little bit. Your generation is more, I sound so old. Your generation is more aware of what you're putting in your body. Did that have any
100%. Yeah. I mean, I can thank Cawley. Obviously, she's the one that introduced me to the company itself and kind of got me started on it. But in general, I completely agree. I think my generation is a lot more aware of the things that we put in our body. I mean, candidly, I started caring about nutrition and dieting and fitness when I was in middle school, honestly. Like that, I was always very interested, not in like dieting, but in health and nutrition and food from a young age. And I think part of that is because I grew up with more mature parents, and I've always been a little bit more mature for my age. And always kind of just cared about the food I was eating, and I was always intrigued by cuisines and healthier food options. So I can also thank my parents for that. So that kind of followed me into college, where obviously there's a big, partying and drinking culture. And I've never really been into, like drinking cheap alcohol and getting wasted on that, and the hangovers I would feel afterwards and the sugar that was in that. I've always been very conscious of the things I'm putting in my body. And so, I kind of have always looked for different drinks I could drink that didn't make me feel that way and that made me feel good to drink. And so wine became my main beverage of choice. And I've sort of just loved it since freshman year of college. I've been really, really into it. And then this was the perfect way to kind of transfer that into a job and an interest of mine. So it all kind of like matched up. And I think that definitely my friends and I are all a lot more conscious of the things we're drinking and eating.
I love that. I mean,
Absolutely.
truly, Cawley, I mean, were you aware of what you were drinking and eating at 22?
No.
I mean, I was aware of
college
the
breakfast and all it was Mexican food.
That being said, though, I still buy 99-cent pizza on Fridays all the time. Like I mean, it's all about balance here. But
it is about balance. But I'm going to teach you how to make your own homemade crust, which is so freaking easy. It's like once you make homemade macaroni and cheese, you'll never eat because it's so easy. I mean, it literally is. Make a white sauce. It is like it takes you 5 minutes. It is so flippin' easy.
Yeah, it is
love
fun.
to cook.
You'll never, so once you make your own pizza crust and stuff, we'll get you a pizza stone for joining. And you won't. It's like, it's fun. But I love that, because I wasn't mindful of what I was, eating or doing and all of those types of things. And I'm definitely more, with bar and, Cawley introduced me to bar as well as Scout and Cellar. And, I did a bar class today, and I'm doing a hit class, Cawley, the hit blast tomorrow, 30 minutes, which is all I can handle of hit. But, I wasn't I grew up dancing, and I grew up not eating poorly in my home. But when I got to college and stuff, I just wasn't aware. And I love that, Emma, that you in your generation is more cognizant of what you are consuming. And also, being a part of Scout and Cellar, you have to be cognizant of the environmental impact and what we are giving back. So there's like so many facets of what you've joined that are things that I probably would never have done at 22.
No, the perfect word is what you said, mindful and thoughtful. It's much more. These are the last things I was thinking about when I was 22.
I mean, it surrounds us now. I think it's hard not to be sometimes because a lot of the brands that I'm following or that people are interested in now are the ones that are doing more than just selling a product. They're the ones that have a message, have a mission, have something special about them that they're trying to promote. And I don't think it's enough anymore. I mean, I'm a marketing person, so I pay a lot of attention to this, but it's not enough to just be selling a product. You have to have something more stand out and more special about you. And something that I really, really like about Scout and Cellar is honestly just the sugar part of things. Because sugar is just so present in everything now. And I think that it's important to realize
ketchup.
It's disgusting. It's so...
Yeah.
And just the way that the wines are made themselves, they're just in and of themselves, they are grapes, and they're just kept perfect because you don't need to keep adding all these sulfates and everything else. So I think it's important to stay mindful again of what you're eating and what you're drinking.
Well, I'm so glad to, have you on the team. I'm happy that you joined us tonight, and I cannot wait to meet you in person.
Someday.
Yeah. Cheers.
I've been vaccinated, so we don't have to necessarily be socially.
Oh, congrats.
I mean, we'll be socially distanced, but
I got my dad his first shot yesterday. I'm taking my mom tomorrow, and we're working on it little by little.
Excellent. Well, ladies, it was so much fun hanging out with you guys for a hot, 16 minutes or whatever. Emma, congratulations on your new apartment, New York City. All of that you're doing with Scout and Cellar and whatever else that you've got going on in your life. And Cawley, it was great seeing you. I hope to see you in person next week.
Yeah, we will work on it.
Cheers. And let us know how the rest of the bottle ends up for you two.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.